Hey guys, it's Mike McKinstry, host of the Basquatch Hunter Fish Out of Water on Discovery Channel, Pursuit Channel, and everywhere online. And I've got a brand new kayak I'm gonna do an overview of today, and I cannot wait to get this thing in the water. Now, this is my first time having it in the water. My original reaction, you guys will see firsthand. But first, I'm gonna show you guys how it's rigged up and some of the cool features on the kayak before I get in the water and see how it handles and how everything feels out there. And I'm gonna give you an honest review of some of the pros and cons and things I like or maybe don't like as much on here too. So we'll start with the kayak first, then we'll go over the rigging of the kayak. So first, on this kayak, it's a Big Fish 105 from Waters Kayaks, which is also a part of the Feelfree. It's not a whole new platform, but it is a new mold. There's some new features on it. So it is a pedal drive, so this is called the 105, so it's 10'6" in length. That's where the 105 comes from. It's a 105 with the pedal drive, so the PDL means pedal. So it has the Pro Fish pedal drive. It has molded handles on the front and the back of the kayak. This one's a little bit unique because it does have 2 extra bolt-on handles in the back, which helps a whole lot. That's a new feature for this model. Another cool feature about this model that I really like a lot, which is very underrated, is the molded cup holder right next to the seat. So when you're sitting down, you've got a perfect spot to put your drink right next to you. So with every Feelfree and Waters kayak, and most kayaks on the market, you'll see the same thing where you have track mounts on the front and back of the kayak, so this is no different. We have track mounts on the front on both sides, so you can put accessories over here. Track mounts in the back. The seat is awesome, but I do have the Yak Attack pad here, which we'll get into in a minute with the rigging. This is another thing that's unique to this model. It's the first time that Feelfree or Waters have used this. There is a little slot right here that fits a 3700 tackle tray perfectly, or my Yak Attack soft bait bag fits perfectly as well. That's a new feature. I really like that so far too. And then of course you have plenty of room for a crate, so we'll get into that, which one I have back here. Then in the back, this is another thing that's unique to this model. This is the first time Feelfree has done this. There are threaded brass inserts right here in the back. These are the exact bolt pattern for Power Pole, for Newport, for Torpedo, for a lot of the popular electric motor and anchor mounts. So you can easily mount ready to go any motor option you want. If you want to take the rudder off and the pedal drive off and go motor, this one's ready to go. And then here's those molded, or the bolted handles I was talking about right here for easy carrying. There's also access in the back to get to the wiring if you do run a motor back there. So a lot of features in the kayak by itself, but now let's get into how I rigged the kayak and things I added to it. This is a bare bones basic rig out. This isn't way overdone. I feel like this is kind of perfect for everybody, whether you're a pro fisherman or a beginner. So let's start at the front of the kayak and work our way back again. I always say my most important accessory is my rod holder, and there's a very big reason for that. Because when you catch a fish, the last thing you want to do is lose the fish or hook yourself or hurt the fish. So first thing I do, always, rod goes in rod holder. That way I'm hands-free, I can deal with the bait, deal with the hook, deal with the fish, and I don't lose my rod or break my rod. In a pedal drive kayak, you can't put the rod in the kayak. That's how you break it. You can't lay it across your lap because you'll knock it in the water. So it's really convenient to have this rod holder right here. So I have the Omega Pro rod holder from Yak Attack. I have the side arm right here as well to kick it out about 4 or 5 inches so it's out of the way of my feet. I'm left-handed, so I always kick my reel handle sticking on the inside. So I like it outside of the kayak. So in front of the Omega Pro rod holder, I have my phone holder. Another extremely important thing, because fish catches don't count or don't mean as much if you can't share a selfie on Facebook or share it with your buddies. So getting a selfie, going live on Facebook, anything I need, or just checking my emails while I'm on the water makes it really easy. Now this phone holder comes with a tethered rubber mount that goes on your phone, so if your phone falls out of this mount, it's still attached. Extremely important. Now I always attach my phone on land. Before I even go in the water, I attach my phone to the tether. That way if it falls in during launching, I have no worries at all. My phone will stay safe. I've donated a lot of things to this lake and a lot of other lakes around here, so I always, to make sure everything floats, locked down, tethered, or I'm ready to donate to the lake. So now on this side of the kayak, on the left side, you'll notice I don't have anything really tall up here, which I mentioned in a lot of my videos. I leave this open because I'm left-handed. I land fish on my left side, so I leave everything open on my left side so I can land fish without tangling up stuff. So I have my GoPro mount on my left side right here. This is the Panfish Portrait. And all these Yak Attack accessories have quick disconnects, so I can pull them off really easily. I can swap them around, I can move them, I can take off the phone holder, put it over here on this side if I want, or if my buddy needs it, I can put it on his kayak if he has these quick mounts. So one good thing about Yak Attack, one of the many things, is that very easy to swap things around, take things on and off. So when I'm hauling it around, I can pop them off easily or switch them around. The last thing I have in the front up here is my tether. So my pliers, I have dropped in the water plenty of times, mistaken them for fish and thrown them in a lake. So these have a leash automatically, but they have a retractable tether as well, just so I have more distance. So if someone needs to borrow them next to me, there's room. If I need to use them, there's room without having a bunch of extra string or rope or anything laying in the kayak. You don't want anything to tangle on or any hooks to get set into stuff or trip over it. So I like having the least amount of stuff in my cockpit area. So the retractable leash right here makes it really simple and really easy. And then of course, going to my seat, this is the new Yak Attack cushion. I've got it strapped into my seat right here so it doesn't fall off. But this is the medium to firm Yak Attack cushion. It's waterproof, the water goes right through it. The material on the inside is like a 150 or 200 pound mono line all fused together. So it's already waterproof, the water flows through it, it dries really quick. It's extremely comfortable. I really like that cushion. The extra inch or two of height it gives you really helps my back on long trips, but it also makes it more comfortable when I'm going in the kayak for like 8 to 10 hours a day. So I highly recommend looking into the seat cushions. There's 2 different firmnesses. That's medium to firm. Over here is the rudder control on the kayak. You can see the rudder turning back here. This is also a new design for Feelfree and 3 Waters right now. Really smooth, easy. I feel like they improve every time they have a new model of steering. Every year they have a new model and it's always improvement. So I like that one a lot too. All right, so now the back. So this is a brand new product from me too. This is my first time using this. So I did mention the soft bait binder in the back from Yak Attack, that's brand new, but also this crate. So this is all limited edition colors and kind of a one-off that I built together, but this is called the short stack. So this is the black pack 13 by 13 crate on the bottom. This is called the short stack on top right here. Now what this allows you to do is, everyone knows a kayak crate holds storage, it holds your tackle trays, it holds your baits. The short stack allows you to have a separate compartment on the top right here with extra baits, like things that I need to grab in a hurry, just loose things that I don't want flying around the kayak. If I untie my line in a hurry, I can throw the bait back here. Really accessible. But what it also does is it allows you to use your black pack still. So underneath this is my actual black pack. Now this is where I have all my tackle trays. These fit the 3600 trays really easily right here. So I can fit like 7 of them in here. So I have plenty of room in the crate and then plenty of room on top of the crate. And then I have 6 rod holders on here, and these have the integrated rod leashes. So I can easily clip this onto my rod like this, and now my rod can't come out. So if my crate flipped over, my kayak flipped over, or if I accidentally snagged a rod behind me, this can no longer come out of my kayak. And it unhooks really easily and locks back into place, so my rods go in and out. So the black pack's extremely important, but I like having the short stack on top so far. Again, it's a brand new product to me. I just built this crate the other day. I like the height. I can reach it a lot easier, so I like that part too. But I also like the fact that I'm able to put like a quick access part on top of my crate without losing crate storage. A lot of times I'll use the crate for both and it gets messy. So it should be a pretty stable kayak, and I hope it moves quick. And let's get it wet and see what happens in the water. First impression standing in it though, it feels a little tippy. Like not like it's gonna tip over, but it's got movement, but it's not bad. Ooh, this seat cushion is nice. So there's a specific mount for this pedal drive right in the front here. This is the first time I've ever seen this on a kayak, so it's a brand new design, and it was really simple. It was really easy to lock down. It was really firm. The pedal drive feels solid. Like I said earlier, every time Feelfree does an advancement on a kayak, whether it's a new steering system, a new pedal drive mechanism to lock it down, there are always improvements. Like I haven't seen a step backwards yet. I've seen some steering systems I haven't liked as much. I've seen some pedal drives I haven't liked as much, but this is a pretty good improvement on everything. I feel like they answered a lot of questions of one kayak here with the built-in cup holder, with an easier mount for the pedal drive. The steering is way easier, but let's see how she maneuvers on the water and how she moves. She feels like she's moving pretty quick. It's a 10-to-1 gear ratio or 11-to-1 gear ratio, I believe. So it's gonna be pretty quick with less effort. Yeah, she's steering nice. It feels really comfortable. Another thing I like about pedal drives that are prop driven is that you have instant reverse. So when you're fighting wind, like the wind's going pretty hard this way, I can pedal backwards to stay in my spot if I need to, or fight a fish or unsnag something, whatever I need. I like the instant reverse option in these kayaks. That's one of the reasons why I like prop driven versus fin driven. One big test I have to do in every kayak is castability. So standing up and casting. I'm gonna switch rods here because I'm in shallow water. So when you're standing up casting, you're shifting your weight pretty hard from one side to the other. And that's usually a big test on stability when you get that boat rocking with your weight movements a little bit. So, I mean, this feels like every other kayak I have, pretty stable. I do like that it's a shorter kayak, so it moves a little bit faster. I can turn corners quicker, but it still has that nice stability. Like it still feels really solid like this in the water. Like I don't feel uncomfortable rocking this. Like this could handle waves pretty well. Now it's got a 350-pound weight limit. So if you're a really big boy, I suggest looking at a bigger kayak than this, just so you stay under that limit with your gear and everything. But 350-pound weight limit's pretty good for a kayak that only weighs 100 pounds. That's not bad. It's comfortable to cast in, comfortable to pedal in. I really like this kayak so far. So first impression, it is definitely Basquatch approved. So now it's time to land our first fish in it. So make sure you guys check out feelfreeus.com or all your local dealers. Look for this kayak, get on the water, try it, see if it fits you or not, see what you like about it, and get out there and get some fish. We'll see you guys soon.